Today's Haftarah from the book of Jeremiah promises an enormous act of divine care and intervention. The Jewish people has been exiled from the land of Israel, and our temple has been destroyed by the Babylonians. There is no reason at this point for the people to be optimistic about a return from exile, let alone a complete reversal of fortune. But the prophet Jeremiah assures them that both of these extraordinary events will come about. Not only that, Jeremiah says that God has promised to accomplish this transformation personally. He says, "The one who scattered Israel will gather them and will guard them as a shepherd guards his flock. I will turn their mourning into joy. I will comfort them and cheer them in their grief." And the most comforting and reassuring line of all, "Yesh tikva la'acharitech." There is hope for your future, declares the Lord. "Vishavu vanim ligvulam." Your children shall return to their country. The medieval French commentator Rabbi links the first part of this verse with the second. He writes that the source of the people's hope is the fact that they will have children who will dwell in the land of Israel. Radak understands that we can be sustained in times of adversity by the belief that the future will be better, and especially by the belief that our children's lives will be better. Children, then as now, are a powerful source of affirmation and hope for their elders. They are the living embodiment of open-ended potential. They represent both continuity and progress, and of course, loving, raising, and spending time with children can fill our lives with joy and meaning. In the Bible, the promise of children is emblematic of supreme happiness. Thus, Psalm 128 concludes, "Urei vanim levanecha, shalom al Yisrael." May you live to see your children's children and peace over Israel. And Psalm 127 announces, "Children are the provision of Adonai, the fruit of the womb, God's reward." But as we know in the Bible, this divine gift, the ability to have children, can be very problematic and can never be taken for granted. Our matriarchs and patriarchs knew this well. Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob and Rachel, all of them knew what it was to yearn for a child and live with bitter disappointment. And this theme of fertility struggle comes up again and again in our Torah and Haftarah readings for these holy days. Today, we read about Sarah, who gave birth at age 90, after many long years when she could not have children. Yesterday, we read about Hannah, whose rival taunted her year after year because she was childless, who wept bitterly in the temple and prayed for a child. And today, we will read from Jeremiah about Rachel Imenu, Rachel, our mother, crying and grieving for her lost children. Jeremiah's words, assuring his people that there is hope for their future, have special meaning for the 1 in 6 couples in our country who are struggling with fertility issues or have struggled in the past with it. Those who have endured this struggle know how hard it is to hold on to hope, how difficult it can be to believe that tears of sadness and disappointment could one day become tears of joy. After experiencing a stillbirth or miscarriage, or even when undergoing cycle after cycle of fertility treatments, one can feel exiled from one's friends, family, community, and even from oneself. Ours is a community in which we are blessed nearly every week with the birth of a new baby or with the news that someone is pregnant. Every Shabbat, our sanctuary is filled with beautiful babies and children. What a blessing and what a joyful sight. But it can also be a painful sight for those who are struggling to grow their families, a reminder of the very personal pain they carry. What can all of us do to support our friends and our relatives who are dealing with infertility? We can listen to them with patience and without judgment. We can avoid pointing out silver linings or giving unsolicited advice. If we do have personal experience with infertility, we can let them know we're available if they ever want to talk. We can be sensitive about how much we kvel over our children's and our grandchildren's latest accomplishments. We can make space for non-child-related conversation and activities. We can let them take the lead in showing us whether they want to talk about what they're going through. What helps most is to offer our love and unconditional support. A new year begins, and those who are struggling with infertility pray that this will finally be the year that they'll be blessed to grow their families. Many are frustrated, stressed, despondent, and desperate. They truly understand the hardships our foremothers and forefathers underwent. There's no way to eliminate the pain of this kind of emotional distress, but we can be a community of kindness, sensitivity, and comfort, a spiritual home that embraces everyone. We can offer our listening ears and our heartfelt prayers for those who are struggling. Through our gentle, loving support, we can say, Yesh tikva la'acharitech, there is hope for your future.